Bitcoin's crash to below 80,000 and President Trump's nomination of Kevin Warsh has absolutely destroyed the stock market the past week. But that may provide opportunity to buy this one gaming stock that we love for 2026 and especially for 2027. Now, this disclaimer. This is for educational and entertainment purposes only. I am not a financial advisor. I am not an expert. Always, always, always do your own research and speak to a professional before you invest in anything or take anything from this video and decide to put money to work in the market. Welcome to another episode of All in Society, and we are going to get right to it, y'all. So I saw something this past week, and I wanted to share it with you guys, especially if you're a gamer. You'll probably love this idea. But how many of you saw Google's AI project Genie and what you're capable to do with these open worlds with just a simple prompt? You can create 3D worlds that are allowing you to travel around these worlds. You can swim, you can jump, you can do anything that you would normally do in any of these other open world games. And we're going to take a look at a video, but first I want to give you a little bit more detail of what exactly Project Genie is up to and why it killed a lot of gaming stocks. So we're going to go over to Google Gemini. We're giving Google a lot of play today. We're going to go over to Google Gemini. I love doing research using Gemini, but don't forget, and it says down here, Gemini can make mistakes. It can hallucinate and it can give you false or just inaccurate information. So just take it for a grain of salt. Do your own research on top of the research that these LLMs are providing for you. All right, so let's get into it. The Google Genie AI project, which was launched January 29th, 2026, so just last week, is being called, quote, the Sora moment for the gaming industry. It is a foundational world model that allows users to create interactive, explorable 3D environments from a single text prompt or image. So unlike traditional games built with rigid code and manual assets, Genie generates the, quote, game on the fly using neural networks. Now, this is a lot of like technical jargon, but simply you can, I think one of the examples are you can create a sketch on a napkin, right? And you can take a picture of that, I believe is how it works. And then you can write a prompt with a little bit more details and it'll create this open world for you in literally a short amount of time. Okay, so just think of all of the games that we can build, all these open world environments. It would be absolutely awesome to create our own games. Much like when you think of something like this, you think of Roblox. There's a lot of user-generated games that is on Roblox, and we'll talk about that here in just a second. So world sketching. You can draw a level on a napkin, like I said, or type, quote, a cyberpunk city in the rain, end quote, and Genie builds a 3D environment using Nano Banana Pro. Real-time generations. As you move throughout the world, the AI renders the path ahead in real time at roughly 24 FPS. Now, I'm not too technical and really understand what FPS is, but we'll look at a couple videos and get a gist of what exactly that is. It isn't just a video, it's a simulation where physics and, quote, walkable surfaces are hallucinated by the model. The Moat Killer. Currently creating a 3D world requires expensive engines like Unity or Unreal and thousands of man hours. Genie suggests a future where a single person can prompt a AAA environment into existence. and availability. It's currently restricted to Google AI Ultra subscribers in the US and a premium of $250 a month price point. Now, before we get over to the videos, I did want to talk about what I alluded to, that it killed a lot of the gaming stocks that we're familiar with. For one, Unity was down 24%. Investors fear that the AI handle physics, rendering, asset generation internally, the need for a third-party game engine like Unity vanishes. And we'll get into this. Roblox was down 13%. Roblox's entire value is its user-generated content, or UGC, ecosystem. If any kid can generate a high-fidelity world on Google Genie with the text prompt, the incentive to build inside Roblox walled garden shrinks. I think out of the three, and we're going to talk about Take-Two, maybe this one is probably the most vulnerable. And then for Take-Two Interactive and Nintendo, large publishers saw a quote valuation reset. If AI can generate a GTA-style world in seconds, the 5 to 7 year development cycles of major studios look dangerously obsolete or overpriced. Now, I think this actually could be beneficial for Take-Two, and we're going to talk about Grand Theft Auto in here a second. And after we look at a couple videos on the other page, I'm going to tell you the stock that I believe is currently at a great value, and it is time for us to execute. And I actually bought some shares at the end of the day on Friday, and I plan on adding on more as long as we don't see the market continue to fall. Looking at the futures right now, it looks like we might see a continued dip. Usually those big dips, right? To be honest with you, it wasn't really that big of a dip that past week or on Friday. But these gaming stocks are getting hit pretty hard. But usually it takes a few days for that to flesh out. So I bought a little bit and plan on adding on as the week goes on. Now, let's get over to IGN.com, where I saw a couple videos that really blew my mind. I did want to reiterate the technology for this AI Project Genie. It says is certainly remarkable. As Google Genie 3 models playable 3D spaces in real time based upon user inputs, and allows you to run, swim, fly, or ride vehicles around its AI generated worlds. One thing that is troublesome with this, it's allowing some of your favorite characters like The Legend of Zelda or Breath of the Wind or Kingdom Hearts. Some of those are being in these models and basically stealing from those environments. It almost looked like an exact model of The Legend of Zelda open world or Kingdom Hearts. Their style, their open worlds, it looks exactly like that. So this could be a copyright issue. And again, this isn't something that's up and running and there's no issues with it whatsoever. I believe down here, it did say that you can only play these worlds for a limited time. So let's take a look at one of the videos. Looks great. So you get the gist of it. Your imagination is your limitation. I did want to show you the Zelda world that is really like how could they, how can they do this without getting in trouble? This looks exactly like Zelda, but pretty cool. The open world looks great. Pretty darn cool. Now it says Project Genie is limited to generating interactive experiences. It can maintain for up to 60 seconds with resolution and frame rate capped at around 7 to 20 pixels and 24 FPS. I'm not sure what FPS is. Google is selling access as part of its Google AI Ultra subscription. It's a top level of access to AI features and costs $125 per month when signing up for a 3-month package. And it says Project Genie is an experimental research prototype designed to follow prompts a user provides. Google DeepMind product manager Diego Rivas told The Verge when asked why the product generated material that was clearly based on Nintendo intellectual property, quote, as with experiments, we are monitoring closely and listening to user feedback, end quote. The Verge noted that its ability to generate worlds based on Mario has subsequently been halted with a warning message that blamed, quote, the interests of third-party content providers. So like I said, this is kind of just in beta stage. I just want to show that to you guys. Now, one company that I am looking at is Take-Two Interactive. And the reason why I'm looking at this is because I've been watching this company for a while. And I've been waiting for a buying opportunity. I've been waiting for a dip. And why have I been waiting for this dip? It's because what is coming out later this year, as long as there are no more delays? Grand Theft Auto, the new Grand Theft Auto. That is going to bring in tons of money for this company. Even if it is delayed, I'm not that upset. You might provide you another buying opportunity. And if it's delayed, it's probably because they want to make sure everything's polished, make everything's clean, and make sure it works and functions properly. Okay? Be mindful that this company does report in 2 days and the game is not out yet. So that flush of cash that they are intending to get or expecting to get when the game is released, because it's going to be a massive game. Some are saying this is going to be the biggest game ever as far as sales, as far as how many people are going to pick it up and play. So this is going to be a great mover for that company. As far as fundamentals, this is not a fundamentally sound company by any margin when you compare it to like an Apple, Microsoft, NVIDIA, those companies like that. Those are the companies that love to invest in, those fundamentally sound companies. The margins, the numbers just do not look good compared to those heavyweights. But I believe this dip on Friday, dip of 8%, is providing an excellent buying opportunity for you to add some shares. I personally added some shares to my portfolio. If I found some options that were attractive, I probably would have picked up some of those, but unfortunately I did not find any that tickled my fancy. So let me guys know what you think. If Take-Two Interactive is a buy at this price, I think valuation is primed for you to just take a little nibble. Shares aren't too expensive, and we can ride it out. If you're a gamer, if you're someone expecting to play Grand Theft Auto, this might be able to pay for your game when it is released. Think of it that way. So I hope you guys liked this video. If you did like this video, please make sure you like it. Make sure you share it. Make sure you subscribe. I would love for you guys to subscribe and build this page. I appreciate you watching if you've watched this far. Also in the description, if you are somebody who is an investor, I have an online community. It's called All In Society. You can jump in there. There's a free version of the Patreon and there's also a paid version. Free version gives you a lot of research and things like this that I'll throw in there. And the paid version gives you my deep research for more fundamentally sound companies. And it gives you real time when I enter and I exit trades. So if you're interested in that, I would love to see you in the Patreon, and I'll see you guys in the next video.